Yes, there really is gold in these old push-button phones. Come on, let's go dive in and find it. Oh, who's bothering me now? Yeah, no, look, if you don't stop bothering me, I'm just going to scrap this old telephone. I mean it. I'm giving you... all right. I told you what I was going to do. You're not going to... You're going to keep bothering me? Fine, I'm scrapping this phone. Goodbye. Yeah, showed him. I had a buddy one time that was anal about the phone cord not being twisted up. I mean, you know, he would take the phone off and, you know, let it drop down and let it uncoil so that it wouldn't be twisted up. So of course every time I went to his house when he wasn't looking, I'd twist up his phone. Okay, old phone systems sometimes can have some nice stuff in them. So of course the first thing is there's gold connector ends. Insulated copper wire. Phillips. That don't like to play with that one. All right, DeWalt baby, what can you do on these? Oops, great big one, staring right at me there. I bet you there's a big one right underneath of that warranty. Yes, it is. I just voided the warranty. Plastic shell. Low-grade board. There's another gold connector end. All right, we got some insulated copper wire here on a low-grade board. Let's get that wire out the way for a minute. Yeah, we're just going to snip it like that, just to get it out the way. Come on. All right, so I'm going to pull that IC chip off of there. But otherwise, that's just a nice little low-grade board. Nothing terribly exciting about it. These are capacitors, but I don't think that's old-style tantalum because I see no marking on here to designate a plus or minus sign. Okay, low-grade. Keypad. This is where we might find some gold. Might. There we go. Okay, well, so first we got the brass bell. All right, that's always cool. Come on. Why don't you want to play? All right, well, that screw doesn't want to play right now, but that's probably going to be a brass bell. Can I tell? I don't want to... I can't tell for sure because there's the ringing mechanism inside here, which I know is going to attract a magnet. So we'll check that, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be brass. And then we've got possible brass standoffs here and here. And then that'll go in with small motors. Let's save you for last, because that, if there's going to be gold, this is where it's going to be. Let's get you finished up. How's that for a terrible angle? You know what? This is all just steel. Oh, those might be interesting. So let me get this out of the way here. Some insulated copper wire. Some more steel. I know you don't see what I see right now. So hang on, I'm gonna get there. Plastic. Right. All right, so this mechanism here, where the phone would go down to you know, pick up or hang up. There's some little thin copper fingers right there, right in there, and I can't see if there's silver contacts on them or not. So I want to get them out and take a look at that. You out of the way, you're just a little bit of steel. Got some tiny little screw got some nuts there. Screws going through. Chances are they're gonna turn and not unscrew. Let's see. Feels like it's unscrewing. That one out of the way. Yay. All right, so that's going to be another gold connector. Just give you a little snip. There you go. I said it again, didn't I? Snip. That's a joke for some of the guys that are watching me. All right, so we have a little more insulated copper wire, and then another gold connector in. Shred. But let's see here. Do we have? And if there's silver contacts on there, it is so tiny I can't even see it. It's entirely possible that that little tiny bump is a dollop of silver. But it's so tiny, I'm not sure it's really worth trying to get after it. This is copper. So what I'll do is I'll take this apart because it's just a screw, and in fact, let's go ahead and see if we can get that right now. Let's see if it wants to play. There we go. So that little copper sandwich fell apart. And we've got these little copper pieces here. And yeah, I can't tell. I just can't tell if that's silver contacts on there or not. You know what I might just do? I might just snip those off and throw them in with the silver contacts. What's the worst that happens? It's not silver, and I've just wasted a tiny little bit of chemical getting rid of the copper. Yeah, well. Okay, so we got some steel, low grade. Now let's get to this guy. If there's going to be anything fun on here, it's going to be on the other side of this board. Six screws are between us and the possible gold. 6 screws. And the tension mounts. The excitement builds. Will it be? Will it be? Yes, it is. There's the gold. So there you go. The gold tracings for the push buttons. On the older phones, I have found that those tend to be gold. Here, I'll even bring it up nice and close for y'all. What do you think about that? And as you can see, it's a relatively easy scrap. So, you know, it's not that big a deal. It took me a lot longer just because I was explaining things. Otherwise, I would have knocked through this and nothing flat. So, okay, older phones. Oh yeah, the handset itself, right in here, because they want to have some weight on there. There's going to be a little bit of lead or steel or something, just a tiny little bar of it right there. And then of course you've got the speaker part here that you can throw in your shred. And this one came apart really easy. All right. So you can throw that in with shred, or you can try to get that magnet off of there in the brass. This one came apart surprisingly easy. Sometimes there's a screw that you have to dig around to find. There's copper. Those are not silver contacts, all right, but there's some copper, or yeah, I think those are copper. Maybe those are brass. Yeah, maybe those are brass. Get those out of there. Yeah, we'll get those out later on. And it made a liar out of me because there was no weight other than the actual speakers themselves. Huh. I hate when my scrap makes a liar out of me. So the only weight on this one was the weight of the 2 speakers. Fine, fine, just make a liar out of me. I'll show you. You're going in shred now for that. Yeah. Another gold connector in, and then there's these brass fittings. So I'll get those brass fittings off of there later on. And I'm not going to go after the magnets here. For me, it's just not worth the time. So shred, shred. Besides, it upset me with not having the little bar in there. Low grade. This was the switch to mute the ringer. Or I wonder if that was volume. Let's see. Well, it doesn't tell me. So this switch was either a ringer. There's one. So you got 1, 2, 3. So you got 3 settings on this. Could have been a ringer setting, you know, to turn the ringer on and off. Could have been a volume setting. But usually a volume would have been slider. So I don't know, and I don't remember. It's been so long since I've actually used one of these older phones, and it doesn't matter because it's going in the low grade board anyway. But all right, y'all. Oh, hey, these things with the little numbers and the buttons and stuff. You know, you might look around. If you scrap one of these, you might go out on Craigslist, eBay, Nextdoor, one of your local places, because you know, artists and crafters could probably do something fun with these. So if you have the time and you're into that already, go ahead and throw these up there. You know, what's the worst that happens? You run it for a week or two, nobody buys it, then you chuck them. Hey, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Plus, there's some links here. They should be popping up, if they haven't already popped up, to take you to my playlist for e-waste material where we can keep looking for more gold.
All right, everybody, we will see you all later on. Be safe, wear those masks, wash those hands.